Notes 8-6 on inequalities. The objective is to write inequalities, graph inequalities on a number line, the Common Core State Standards listed, in the mathematical practices. We're going to write inequalities today. In the box here I have your inequalities, your 4 different inequalities. The first one is red is less than, or you might see it as fewer than. In the next box we have your greater than symbol, or you might see it as is more than or exceeds. Then we have our less than or equal to, is no more than, and is at most. Then we have our is greater than or equal to, is no less than, and is at least. Be careful because the is no more than and the is at least are tricky ones, because when you see more and most, you want it to be a greater than symbol. Same thing with your is no less than and is at least, it's your greater than or equal symbol. So be careful with those two translations. So we have x is greater than 6, means that your x value can be any number greater than 6 but not 6. So it can be 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. X greater than or equal to 6 means 6, 7, 8, ... It keeps going. So it can equal 6. It can include 6. X less than 6 means that it is not 6. It's any number less than 6, like 5, 4, 3, ... Anything to the left of 6. X less than or equal to 6 means anything to the left of 6 on your number line and equal to it, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and so on. Inequalities are different than equations. Inequalities have more than one solution, whereas equations only had one solution. So we're going to write an inequality for the following situation. We're going to translate this. So number 1 says the voting age is at least 18. So we'll use A to represent your voting age. Here's your key word that represents your inequality. It's at least. It means the least that it can be is 18. At least 18. So your voting age is greater than or equal to 18. So A greater than or equal to 18. So looking at this, your age can be any number greater than 18 or equal to it. So you could be 18. You could be 25, because that's greater than or equal to 18. You could be 50. So the voting age is at least 18. The height of the tree is less than 24 feet. So we'll use H to represent the height of the tree. Here's your key word for the inequality is less than, so it's your less than symbol, and then 24 feet. So H is less than 24 feet. So that means that the height of the tree could be 23 feet. It could be 12 feet. It could be 2 feet. It could be -2. It could be just under the ground beginning to grow. But it cannot go over or be equal to 24 feet. You can drive at a speed of at most 65 miles per hour on the highway. So we'll use S to represent the speed. So at most is your key word, and at most is your less than or equal symbol. At most 65 miles an hour. So your speed on the highway is at most 65 miles an hour. It means you can go 65 miles or anything less. Work. So it has, number 4 says n minus 9 less than 4 if n is 6. So we're going to take our 6, we're going to replace it where the n is, so it's 6 minus 9 less than 4. We're not solving the inequality here. We are just seeing if 6 is a solution. So we can change subtraction to add in the opposite, take the sign of the larger and subtract. Is -3 less than -4? So 6 would be a solution. True. Number 5 says 14 less than or equal a over 3 plus 1. So substitute in your 36 for your a. Solve by doing the order of operations. So we have 14 less than or equal, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. Bring down your plus 1. So it's 14 less than or equal to 13. So is 14 less than or equal to 13? No, it's actually greater than. So this is false. The next part is graphing inequalities. It says write an inequality for each graph. The steps to follow. You're going to put a variable on the left side and the number on the right. Open circle means the number is not included in the graph, so you're going to use the less than or equal. So you're going to use your less than or greater than symbol. A closed circle means that The number is included in the graph, so you use your less than or equal or greater than or equal. Graph goes to the right, the inequality goes to the right. The graph goes to the left, the inequality points to the left. So we have an open circle on 8, and our graph is going to the right. So we're going to put any variable, I'm going to use x on the left, and the number that's being graphed is an 8. It's an open circle, so that means that it's not going to have any equal signs. That means 8 is not included in it. So since my inequality is pointing to the right, so is my inequality symbol. So x is greater than 8, so that means 9 can be a solution because that's greater than 8. 10 can be a solution because that's greater than 8. So any number greater than 8 is a solution. Number 7, we put my variable on the left. 8 is being graphed again on the right, but it's a closed circle. So if it's a closed circle, it's going to have an equal sign underneath it because it's included. Our graph is pointing to the left, so is your inequality symbol. Don't forget the equal sign. So your solution could be 8 because it's equal to it, or 7, or 6, 5, so that x can be any number less than or equal to 8. Next part, we're going to graph each inequality on a number line. So we have x is greater than 1. So we're going to do an open circle because it's not equal to it. Our inequality is pointing to the right, so our graph is going to go to the right. Check it to see if your solutions work. So if we take 2 and put it in for x, is 2 greater than 1? Yes, so that's true. If we put a 5 in for x, is 5 greater than 1? Yep, that's true, so that works. Number 9 is x less than or equal to negative 3. So on negative 3, you're going to put a closed circle because it's equal to it. Our graph is pointing to the left, so we want our inequality to be graphed to the left. So negative 4 is less than negative 3, so that works. Negative 5 is less than or equal to negative 3, so that works. Negative 3 is equal to negative 3, so that works.